Let's take our learning a little step further to what we call our logical statement. One of our logical statements and the most used is our if statement. So our if statement check whether a condition is true or not, and on the basis of that returns a value. A typical example: if we are in a class where we have students, a tutor can enter class and say, if you are a male, or if you are male, raise up your hand. There is a condition to this statement, which means that in return, only those that are masculine or male are to raise up their hand in that class. So in using if statement, there is always a condition which will determine what our outcome will be. However, you have to be meticulous when you are giving your condition so that you are clear enough so that you will not get things muddled up while you are trying to get a response. So for our formula, your if statement is looking for a logical test. Your test first, then your answer if the value is true, and your answer if your value is false. A typical example: 2 plus 2. I want to tell Ezel that if 2 plus 2 is equals to 3, if 2 plus 2 is equals to 3, say false. Say false. If not, say true. Realistically, 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. Everybody knows that. 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. So because 2 plus 2 is equals to 4, it means that the value, if true, is what? Let's use something generic so that we won't use our true and false that we are expecting over here. If the value is true, say ready. If not, say not ready. So if 2 plus 2 is if 3, no, it is 4. So if the answer is 3, since it is false, then we are expecting that this guy should write not ready. Why? Because 2 plus 2 is 4. So, but if we have our 2 plus 2 here is equals to 4, then definitely we know that this is correct. Then we will have the answer to be ready. So this is to tell us that we have two expectations when we are giving our logical statement, or when we are using our if statement, which is conditional. So since it is conditional, it is either it is fulfilled or not. It is either it is wrong or correct. So no matter what it is, we have an expectation of what we want to return as an answer. Let's look at this. Let's look at our example here. Our grade in mathematics says here, this is instruction, that anybody that have above or equals to 75, the person is as A. Anybody that has below 75 as B in our mathematics. So how can we go about this? It is very simple. Equals to your if statement. If your mathematics grade is greater than or equals to 75, can you see just as it is here? What is the value if true? We have the value over here, A. So anytime you are dealing with text inside a function, it is best you quote it. It is best that you quote it. If not, What should it return? We have just two criteria. Then that means that it should return B. As simple as this. So let's look at this. This is A. Why? 99 is greater than 75. That is correct. So let's fill down, or let me do it again so that we can have a better grasp of it. If this guy is greater than or equals to 75, return A. If not, return B. This is B. Why? 65 is less than 75. So, and we can copy this down to others. This is A, 100, greater than 75. This is A, greater than 75. This is B, 45 is less than 75. So with this, we have this sorted. Now, for this, we have three conditions this time around, as against having two conditions over here. Don't panic. It is the same approach. However, for this, we have two methods we can use depending on the kind of Excel you are using. If you are using the old Excel, there is a function that is called ifs that is not available on old Excel, but it is available on new Excel and Microsoft 365. So this ifs allows you to state many conditions at a time. Let's use the two approach, and then we will see whether we get the same result or not. Equals to ifs. I'm using the ifs first. Logical statement, science, this is greater than or equals to 85. If this is true, what will be the answer? A. So the difference between ifs and if is the fact that you can keep making new logical tests. You are going to be repeating your conditions. Especially because we have three conditions that must be fulfilled. So we are going to the second condition, that if this is greater than or equals to 60, what should be the answer? The answer should be B. Then the condition again, you can see one of the things you need to learn how to read while dealing with your function are the instruction under this. They are meant to guide us on what Excel is expecting from us to input. If you have a good understanding of this, then it will be easier for you to navigate through your Excel workbook. Then this again, less than 60 this time around, and then it is going to return C, and then enter. This is giving us C. Why? This is 30. 30 is less than 60. Let's copy down this. This is C, 43, less than 60. This is B, 80. That is less than 85. Our A is started from 85, and this is 80. So definitely it's going to be a B. And this is 99, greater than or equals to 85, which is an A. Alternatively, if you don't want to use your ifs, in case you don't have latest Microsoft Excel, then you can still maintain your if statement, but this time around you are going to use your function in function. So your logical test is, if your English grade is greater than or equals to 85, what should be the answer? A. So, but this time around, you need the value if false, which in the first place we wrote as B. But this time around, we have two options, which we still have B and we still have C. So instead of writing any one of them as our value if false, we are going to introduce if statement again. If statement again. So if this time around is now greater than or equals to 60, then the value went through, the value here will be what? Will be B. After this, we need to now write the value if false. This time around, we don't need to make any case again. We can simply write our C, because all these new brackets, they are serving as our value if false for this first one, and C is serving as our value if false for this. And we can close the bracket and have this. And the answer for this is A. That is 85, A, which is correct. Let's check for other. C, that is 43. 43 is less than 60, which is correct. B, 79 and 82, less than 85 but greater than 60, which is correct. And our C, which is less than 65 because it is 30. So basically, this is how we are calculating, we are using our if statement. Also, we want to see how many people have distinction. This is simple as saying as distinction with pass. You want to see how many people have distinction. There's an instruction over here which is that you must have greater than 75 in all your courses. You must have greater than 75 in all your courses. To achieve this, we are going to use another function, which is our AND function. We will be having a class on AND function and OR function, which will be instrumental to achieving what we need over here. By the time we are done with that, you should be able to come back yourself to come and answer this question over here. But just to have an hint, if you have greater than 75 across board, then you have distinction. If you have less than 35 in just one course, in any of the course, then you are promoted to the less class, but then definitely you failed. So for this, you are going to use your AND function to make sure that every one of them is captured. Every one of them must have greater than 75. However, for this, you have to use your OR function to ensure that at least one of them must have it. At least they must have less than 35 in one course. In one course, so that they can get fail. Not really fail, but then it is not a distinction because they don't have over 75 in all their courses. With this, we have learned how to use our conditional statement, which is our if. We are going to take it a little step further in our next lesson. See you in class.